Hello everyone, and I'm back again with some more Shogun 2 online. This is some Fall of the Samurai this time, I think. And so I hope you enjoyed the first video. This will be my first ever Fall of the Samurai video, and probably the first Fall of the Samurai game I played. I'm not too sure, it was a couple of days ago, and my mind's a little bit hazy because I played quite a bit of games, so I've got a lot of stuff recorded and ready to post at some point. It's just to do with my internet, and I'm sure I'll explain this in an earlier video or a later video, where, my internet sucks. My upload speed sucks. Everything about my internet sucks. So, let's see. Do I have Fall Sun? No. No, this is just normal Shogun 2, never mind. I'm sorry, so let me just pause this here. I think by this stage, I should have some better units, so let's see. Yeah, I do. I have some Katana Samurai. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Katana Samurai. I have then 3 Naginata attendants. I have 1 light cav here, and I have 1 running up the, no, 2 running up the woods here, sorry. So as you can see from this map, we've got the sort of buildings, key buildings. Oh, that's not one. Just along this ridge. So really the fight is for this top hill. You capture this top hill, you've got a big advantage over your opponent. Now my opponent, he brought 1 Yari Ashigaru, and he's got a hell of a lot of bow units. He's got 3 bow units. He then has 4 Katana Samurai, and then he seems to have dismounted his avatar. There he is. He's a bow general, and I'll surely be harassing him throughout this game. So my key initial thought was just capture this hill, pretty much. So basically I just sort of sent up my cavalry, all enforced up. I saw that he didn't bring any cavalry, and he couldn't, because you can sort of tell he's got 4 Katana Samurai, a whole lot of bow troops, and some Yari. That shows that he's used up all of his funds, because Katana Samurai is pretty expensive as it is. So as you can see, I'm free to like roam this map, because without any cav he has no sort of domination over where he can place his troops on the map. They're going to move very slowly across, and I can do whatever I want. And this is a weird move on my opponent's part. He moved up this lone Yari Ashigaru. I don't know what for. Maybe he was just trying to catch my cavalry off guard or something. But yeah, he brings that up there, and I don't know why, because my troops are just going to slaughter that one unit if they come up. You can hear them shouting there, so they're just sort of coming up this hill slowly. And we've got my troops capturing these key buildings, which is essential for victory. Sometimes you need to have these key buildings. This one is the farmhouse and increases the stamina and movement. That's not so important, but still, nonetheless, seeing as my troops are getting tired, it will be a benefit. And then over here we have the shrine, which increases the morale. This is a very good one, especially when you're in a close quarters fight and you need the morale of your men to not falter, or else you'll break through the front lines and your enemy will win. So my opponent, he's not doing that much. I can't remember what level this guy is. He may have been a level 1 like me, but he's not exactly moving. He moved his Yari Ashigaru back, which was a good move, because if he sent his men in like this, they would have just gone slaughtered. I think, actually now that I think about it, seeing as he's got his men right here, I think he's trying to tempt my troops into a bow battle. He's going to try and skirmish out with my troops by sort of making my men come in and attack them. But you see, as I brought these Naginata attendants as my meat shields, have a look at them there, and look at their weird Smurf hats. This guy looks a little bit cooler. And they're really not to do anything. They're more to protect the general, or to cause some sort of harassment while you do something else. And so now that I have my cavalry back and running, I have these 2 key buildings, I can do as I free, like roam around the map and anything. So he's sending his general out. He's now, mounted them again. I don't know why he dismounted them. And he's going to try and harass some of my cavalry over here. Nice white armor there. Let's actually go see my avatar. I couldn't show him to you last time because something happened. I can't remember where he was. But, where is he? Oh. Oh dear. This happened again. See, when you switch from your Fall of the Samurai avatar to your Shogun 2 avatar, it sort of does this. See, this is my Follow the Samurai avatar. You see he has his uniform does not fit in with any of the troops or any of the sort of time period of this sort of army, so yeah, that's a problem. But oh well. I'm surely we'll see him in the next battle or something. You know? So there goes Achilles. So at this point I knew, right, okay, well, he's got no cavalry. He's got his troops, and I could make some hammer and anvil strikes, or at least just some charges on his bows. He has his general, and he started some sort of skirmish fight with my own meat shields, which is a bad move because, you know, it's one death, 2 deaths. You're not really going to do much. And in fact, one Yari Ashigaru against 3 of these Naginatas, they're not going to do too well actually. I think with the morale of the Yari Ashigaru and these guys, yeah, you see, it's just gonna waver, and eventually it will just rout. So as you can see there, look, earlier time period units just sort of cutting into these Yari Ashigaru units who are not meant for sword combat. Neither are these guys. They've got the Naginata, the big spears that are meant for cavalry. At this point, I think my opponent freaks out because I managed to make a charge. I always miss the charges. I managed to make a charge into one of his bow Ashigarus. Managed to kill quite a lot of them, more than 40, or no, sorry, about 35. And I'm sort of bringing my troops across. Now this is a weird move and sort of I would not recommend fighting in these water parts ever, unless your opponent is also going to do that, which he is here. Because your units are going to get like choked up at this point, and they're going to move slower. So at this point, I've sort of got my meat shields in place. They're ready to take the frontal assault. I don't know where these guys are going, chasing after these Yari Ashigaru. So basically, what's going to happen is, slow-mo. I'm going to use my cavalry to harass his bows. I have them here, and I'm trying to chase down his general here. And while I do that, my meat shields are in place. They're actually taking the brutal assault of the Katana Samurai first. Then my Katana Samurai will come in. As you can see here, this was just a Katana Samurai versus Katana Samurai, so this one didn't work. But this one did. As you can see, you've got his Katana Samurai, but they're not even faced against my Naginatas, which are here, because of the fact that he's making his troops go after my cavalry. Which isn't a good move, because if you can take out my cavalry, he can take out my versatility, my sort of speed. But as you can see here, his morale's wavering because my cavalry seems to have caught on to his general now, and his general is going to be slaughtered, pretty much. If he's a bow general, you know, he's not going to be doing that much. As you can see, he's sort of just sitting there, trying to run away. And well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cavalry out, and then back into these bows, which will completely obliterate my enemy's army, because from now he's got his Katana Samurai that are coming in. As you can see, I sort of took my samurai away out of this battle so I could just sort of take them and finish off these samurai who are now losing decisively. I've got my general who's standing behind them. You should always have your general here, keeping your morale and your men. See, I've inspired a unit here. I think that, yeah, it was a Katana Samurai, which is good. So now all his units are losing. His general, who's still alive for some reason, I think it's because I put it in slow-mo. There you go. And he will soon rout. You see his flags becoming more tattered, showing his units losing men. And his bow units, I'm just sort of hammering anvil, sort of bring them back in, charging out and into different armies. Completely there. See that hammer and anvil completely routed that army. See, and now that that's happening, my units here can now take out this Katana Samurai. And the rest of his army is all bunched up here with one bow unit who he's trying to protect his general with. And his general is not even dead yet. He's almost dead. 4 men. And there you go, he's gone. So finally, sort of take the rest of them. I take my general in for one pound.
General has fallen.
There you go. Finishing him off. That's all she wrote. Good game to my opponent, and that was a close victory apparently. But I don't know what's wrong with these sort of replays and the games, because even though you win by a huge margin, it's always a close victory for some reason. So let's see. There you go. Right. So here's the next one. I think this is another Shogun replay, so the original Shogun troops. Let's see if my avatar has changed, hopefully, this time. But I'm having a lot of fun in these games. Sometimes you just sort of have these days where you'll lose 5, 6 matches in a row and you'll get really pissed off. But it's all about the learning experience, and I've been messing around with different troops. But to be honest, after this video, I think you're only going to be seeing Fall of the Samurai for a while, seeing it's the newer game type, and I haven't really played much of the normal one. So, yeah, okay, let's just pause this one more time. So this is... I think I have the same army build. Maybe... Oh no, this time I have some foot samurai. They're the sort of older period sort of bow troops, and I have the same samurai contingent, the katana samurai. And this time I have some sword attendants instead of naginatas, and I've got one here to protect the general as normal, and then I have 2 cavalry on that side and 1 on that side. And as you can see, the key buildings are here and here, and they are archery dojo, and then there is a shrine. I think I called this a bow dojo last time. It's my bad. Oh well, let's see my opponent's army. He didn't really hide anything, I don't think. He could easily hide units here or over here. So he has, you know, he has the same sort of army type as I do. He has 3 sword attendants, bow ashigaru, and some yari ashigaru. It's 2 yari ashigaru, and I think he's got 3 bow units. Oh no, 2 bow units, and then 2 ashigaru, and then he's got some 3. Now he's got some yari samurai here, which are kind of more armored samurai troops with the yaris. And then he has his yari cavalry, very good at taking out enemy cavalry, and he has a light cavalry and his general. So if we play this, so as you can see, his cavalry advantage is huge compared to mine. My light cavalry, it's not really made for cavalry. It's made for light cavalry, and it's made for troops. Not as much as katana samurai. Katana samurai will wreck a sort of foot unit. So he's moving up his units, and he wants to capture these key buildings. So do I. And I have my cavalry sort of running through the woods, and I know that I'm gonna have to play a bit defensive here and play through this ridge. So I have my light cavalry coming through here, and I know that he's going to dismount his troops so he can capture this. And I think I may charge in. I really hope I didn't, because that would be a really bad move on my part. When you think of it, you kind of, sometimes you can take the bait where you think, oh, his cavalry units are down, you know, you can get a quick charge on them, but you keep forgetting the fact that they have yari spears. So if you charge on them, you're gonna cause more damage to yourself, because they have these spear units, and as you know, spear units beat cav, and I think I did charge, or maybe not, maybe. But then again, on the advantage of doing this, by doing this, you can cause their horses to just sort of rout, and that makes, see there, his horses just rout, and that means his units will not be able to get back on their cavalry. And as you can see there, look, my troops are losing because, and then he sends in more light cavalry to sort of disband these guys, which is a bad move on my part, because as I should have seen, you can't sort of charge into yari troops like that. But now, an advantage is that his horses have left, so he's got these sort of foot units that are going to be running around, sort of, you know, making a mess of things. 20 of them. That's a light cavalry. That's like one of his cavalry units disbanded as well, so it's more of a 1-for-1. Don't think I caused any casualties. Oh, 1 casualty to the other light cav. So he's not going to be able to capture this building because, you know, I've got my troops in the way, and he's got his yari cavalry running in to sort of get. Now this was a wrong move on his part, because he shouldn't be charging spear cavalry into a unit, because that will not work. As you can see, his yari cavalry just sort of losing instantly. It's a bad move because I sort of swarmed my troops in. Now, seeing as he brought more of a bow army, he couldn't run in with his troops. He could have. You see, my units are all bunched up, and now would be the best time to attack. But he can't do that, seeing as he doesn't have any infantry that are really suitable for it. But as you can see, I now have this building, which is the shrine, and he has the archery dojo, which he kind of needs because, you know, he's more of the skirmish type, and I'm more of the unit type, so I think the shrines worked out well. And so he's got another spear unit into my archery, which is kind of a bad idea, because against sword units, they're not going to hold. So I use this tactic And now that the fact he's done that, he's left a wide open gap here. He does have his Bo Ashigaru. He's got one Yari Ashigaru here. I think his other one is, I don't know where his other Yari Ashigaru is. Maybe it's up here. I can't remember. But so now that he's done that, he's left himself cavaless pretty much. He does have this light cav, but they're just going to be running in. I don't know. Did I had one Naginata. I don't think any collector. See, they're kind of in the middle here, and I'm sort of running these guys out because, you know, against a Katana Samurai on their own, this light cavalry might do well. Like, see, I've already lost almost half my unit, but now that I have these Naginatas reinforcing, the light cavalry will end up coming down. And I bring my light cav right down the center, and he's seen this, and he knows that is a bad idea. So my main goal is really just to kill his general. I don't really care about these sword attendant units. They're not going to be doing that much damage against cavalry. Against my sort of charging general. I think I run them out though. Yes. And so this bow unit's completely demolished. It's about to rout. There we go. And I'm sort of taking my light cavalry away, and I don't know what he wanted to do here because he's moving his general right into my troops. I don't know this thing. There again. Let's see if we can find my general this time. Is he normal? Oh no. Ah. Oh dear. I don't know what's happening with the replays there, because that is not accurate. So now we've pretty much wrapped up the enemy army. The only units he really has left is his Yari, oh no, sword attendants. He's got this Yari Ashigaru here. He's got another sword attendant, from the battlefield. Two Yari. That's where it was. I don't know where that was. But it's pretty, pretty weak. And as you can see, I got these foot samurai here. And they're sort of firing upon them. Oh, I forgot to show you the stats of the last game. Doesn't really matter though, because as you can see, my samurai for the last game got most of the kills. But I will show you the unit stats at the end of this. So pretty much my katana units.
Our general is in grave danger,
wrapping
my
this
lord.
up. He's running through the enemy lines.
My lord, a glorious
There we go.
victory
Glorious
will
victory in the
soon
enemy
be
line. I hope it's
yours.
not another close win because he got demolished. I only lost one cavalry unit, I think. Maybe another samurai, I'm not too sure. No, I think I only lost one unit. So again, that was a close victory. So I hope you enjoyed these two replays, and I'll bring you the unit stats now. Sort of hope you learn the tactics that I've shown. They're very new tactics. They're not exactly complicated. They're my tactics were meat shield in, sword units to sort of compensate, and then I've got the cavalry as the flanking. And I have one bow unit. I think that did quite a lot of damage actually. That Yari that came back, it killed quite a lot of them. So my opponent, good game for my opponent, he didn't bring enough sword units. He didn't bring enough foot units to sort of hold his lines. He had a couple of Yari Ashigaru and then a lot of bow troops. So I don't know what he was thinking there. So see, he deployed more bow units. He had more men. He had 1,065. And he lost 711, which is quite a lot of his men. And I deployed 795, and I lost 360, and I killed 703. So we can sort of see how my units did. As you see, these Katana Samurais, they racked up a lot of kills. 22 losses to 114 kills. That's amazing. My other Katana Samurai didn't do too well. These ones sort of died out, but they killed a lot of people, more than they lost. And this light cavalry here, that did amazing. 106 kills. That was good. And as you can see, my meat shields, they held up the deal as well. 31 to 74. That's good for a meat shield, I think. 200 koku there. You know, I think on Ashigaru was like 400, so it did some good. And then I will have a look at his units here. They didn't do too much damage. None of them got above 100 kills. But his Yari Samurai, they got some kills. His light cav got some kills. Oops, I have a text. And yeah, so as you can see here, he didn't have enough sword troops. He had really weak sword troops. He had like 3 sword attendants, meat shields, throwaways, and then a Yari Samurai, and then some Yari Ashigaru. You see, he brought bow troops, and I really feel like the bow troops sort of aren't useful enough unless you have this tactic of skirmishing back and forth. But anyway, I'll be back to bring you some follow samurai in a second. So I hope you enjoyed this couple of battles, and I will speak